Guys, welcome back to True Crime with Shannon, where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. Well, it looks like we might, that's the key word here, we might, and I'm saying that in air quotes, be coming closer to finally getting a trial going in the case of Suitcase murderer Sarah Boone. So here is a bit of an update from last month with her new attorney in court with the judge answering some questions about what's going on in the case.
Why don't we go ahead and address Sarah Boone, since I think some people would prefer that case get called next. So the last time we talked, Mr. Bankiewicz, we had a status hearing. Ms. Boone was present. And where we left things is you were going to follow up with her, have a meeting at the jail, and see where things stand. So have you had a chance to meet with Ms. Boone?
Judge, I have not. And the reason I have not is this is the first day I'm out of bed with COVID. And I contracted that. I had her set actually twice last week and had to cancel both of those because of COVID issues. And so, like I said, today's the first day that I am actually up and about. And so I'm going to have to reschedule that meeting with her. But the case is not ready for trial. We're still looking into experts. And I have a death penalty case that's set time certain in Lake County starting the first week in February, and expected to last probably 3 weeks. So I'm asking for your April docket and for purposes of a continuance.
What's left to be done?
I've spoken to 2 experts, and they have not gotten back with me as far as scheduling and going out to see Ms. Boone. There was an expert initially hired by the attorney that she hired privately, but there was no follow-up with that expert, and I have followed up with that expert. And basically, and I've told Mr. Cacciatore this, it's going to be a battered spouse defense, and so we need to get some specific experts in that field to be able to testify.
When does your death penalty trial start in Lake County?
First week in February.
And how long do y'all anticipate?
3 weeks.
Mr. J, do you know what Mr. Cacciatore's position on this is?
He has no objection, and I don't know if the court set status dates when it's nebulous when people are going to be ready, or if you just go ahead and set pretrial dates, that's fine. April sounds...
Well, I need it on a pretrial docket, so I'm going to grant Mr. Bankiewicz's continuance on behalf of Ms. Boone. I'm going to set it for pretrial on March 28th and a trial period starting April 10th. But I'm going to ask that Mr. Cacciatore and Mr. Bankiewicz do schedule a status conference on the case end of February or beginning of March. Mr. Bankiewicz, I want to make sure that you've been out to see Ms. Boone. And if there are any issues coming out of that, I want to address that sooner rather than later.
Yes, sir.
All right. File your motion. I'll grant the motion. The dates are as previously announced.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Bankiewicz, what else do you have on the docket today?
That's all I have.
All right, I do not foresee us getting an April trial, and I'm going to actually read further updates on this, but I think hearing that attorney, he had been sick with COVID, which, you know, is out of his control, and as well as he hasn't met with her, and he's got to do this whole new defense for her, this battered spouse defense. So I don't foresee April at all. I'm not seeing any updates for the dates yet, but let's get to the update from Fox 35 on the details of this case. And if you are new to the case, that's going to be able to fill you in as well. So let me pull that up. So this is Fox 35 in Orlando. I'm here in Orlando, so again, this is a very local case to me. I'm hoping to be able to attend a day or two of the trial if feasible with my work schedule. So I'm going to see if I can do that. I haven't seen many trials, but this would definitely be one I would be interested in seeing. Sarah Boone case, attorney plans to argue battered spouse defense in 2020 death of Boone's boyfriend. All right, and looks like there's a updated mug shot of Sarah Boone, and she's kind of got a smirk on her face, so read that as you will. All right, Winter Park, Florida. The defense attorney representing Sarah Boone, a Florida woman charged with second-degree murder after her boyfriend died inside a suitcase in 2020, said he plans to use a battered spouse defense when her case goes to trial, which is expected to happen this year. During a pretrial hearing back on Tuesday, January 17th, the defense attorney told the judge that the case is, quote, not ready for trial, unquote, and that he still needed to meet with Boone and find subject matter experts for her defense. The attorney also asked for trial scheduling in April because he has another case in February. So now we're in March, so we should be hearing some more stuff soon because this is the beginning of March. The judge set a pretrial conference for March 28th with a possible trial happening the week of April 10th. A status conference was set for the end of January. Boone is accused of killing her boyfriend, 42-year-old George, or Jorge, I've heard it said both ways, Torres Jr., who was zipped inside a suitcase and left for hours during a game of hide and seek at their home in Winter Park. According to investigators, Boone told them that she and Torres had been drinking wine and playing hide and go seek when she claimed she went upstairs and passed out in her bed. She said she woke up hours later to her cell phone ringing multiple times. She then reportedly realized her boyfriend was possibly still inside the suitcase, and when she unzipped it, she found Torres unresponsive and not breathing. Boone called 911 and deputies arrived to find him dead. Authorities said they found videos on Boone's phone showing her recording Torres trying to get out of the suitcase. Now, I showed that on the previous video, which I will post a link to in the information of this video, and you guys could watch that. It's that video changes a lot of things for her. It really does. In December, Boone sent a written letter to the judge citing several concerns, specifically regarding an alleged lack of communication from the judge overseeing her case or her defense attorney. However, according to online records, Boone did not file a request for a new lawyer. She also said she was planning to send a letter to Governor Ron DeSantis about the mismanagement of my case. Okay, so this looks like it is images of this letter that she wrote to Judge Wayne Wooten, and it looks like it was received from the judge, handwritten by Sarah Boone back on December 5th, 2022. So it looks like she's actually got it pretty organized. It says summary of progress, numbers only, it's all I have, and it looks like she's going down here with all the dates, I guess, what she's been in court, who she's spoken to. And you know, this case is pretty crazy, but I don't blame her for her, you know, wondering what the hell is going on, because she has been sitting in there, you know, since 2020, and she's gone through a number of attorneys, granted, but she's definitely not getting anywhere, and her current attorney had not seen her as of that January 17th appearance in court, which Judge Wooten ordered him to make sure that he saw Sarah Boone soon. So I don't know if he's gone to see her yet, considering he mentioned he had a February trial that was expected to last 3 weeks. So I would assume if he's seen her, it probably was either late last week, or maybe he's going to see her this week, because as I record this is his Monday, March 6th. So I'm going to keep an eye on any updates forthcoming, because this case has already been pushed back a couple of times, and I don't foresee us getting April 10th. They really need to get this ball rolling though. But I guess we're going to see what happens when they have March 28th. There's supposed to be a pre-trial meeting there, and I assume Sarah Boone would be in court. She's asked to be in court for all these appearances, so hopefully we'll have more information by the end of the month. All right, so that's all I've got on the update of the Sarah Boone case, which I will be covering entirely when it happens. And again, I'm hoping to get down to the courthouse when the trial is happening for at least a day of it, at the very least, if I can get away from work. It's definitely one I would love to see in person and see what's going on, and maybe I'll get to speak with some fellow YouTubers. I know that the lawyer which is Peter, he wants to come to Orlando for it. So that would be great if I had a chance to meet him and watch the trial with him and pick his brain. He is one great guy, and I follow his channel. So if you guys don't follow his channel, please do. He's quite excellent. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you for today. And with that said and done, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.